Good afternoon, guys. I'm back with another question. hmm Some are going to come for my black card. Some people are going to think that I'm insane. But trust me, I'm not. I am not practical. I am logical. It have to make sense. There is no guessing, no second guessing. I may not say nothing initially, but in my mind, I'm thinking, this is not right. This don't sound right. It's not going to end well. La da 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 da. Okay. My question for today is, was Harriet Tubman a real person, and or if Harriet Tubman was a real person, did she do the things that we learned about? I'm going to say it again. My question for this evening is, was Harriet Tubman a real person? And if she was a real person, did she do what is written, what we learned? Is that a fact? Because I'm not practical, I'm logical. It has to make sense to me. And I know things that sound weird is true. I understand that there are some unbelievable things that our minds cannot even fathom, understand, don't believe, but it's true. Now I'm going to go into this Harriet Tubman thing, okay? When I was in elementary is when I learned about Harriet Tubman. And Harriet Tubman was most talked about was during Black History Month, right? In February. And during Black History Month, we learned about 4 black people: Harriet Tubman, Dr. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass. I can't go beyond that. Okay. And the reason for that is because it's just been embedded year after year after year, semester after semester. Those are the 4 people. So with the Harriet Tubman deal, this is what I learned. I learned that she was responsible for freeing several slaves. That I know there's not a exact number, but it was many slaves. by the way of an underground railroad. And she would lead the slaves up north by the way of the North Star. And that she carried a pistol for anyone who didn't want to continue the journey and verbalize they wanted to turn back around. She would shoot them dead because she did not want them to give her up or threaten them with her weapon, and they continued the journey. She had Quakers to help hide the slaves who were running away. How did she befriend these white Quakers? How she knew about these white Quakers is still unbeknown to me. I also was taught that she had narcolepsy. She was narcoleptic. That is a condition she had because someone on the plantation hit her in the head with a rock. So this person, I read myself, would fall asleep at a drop of a dime. She had a condition, a disorder, where she would fall asleep. I'm grateful that the slave masters or master did not deem her to be unfit or useless to his business if she's falling asleep everywhere. You know, we tend to get rid of the weakest link. So, give it up for Master for sparing her life. So, I did hear or read that she married. That's how she got the name Tubman. Can't say that I read too much about the husband. I read nothing at all. Don't know nothing about him other than Tubman is her married name. I don't know if she had children. I don't know if she has siblings. Obviously, she had parents. Outside of that, there's a picture that you can access online where she's sitting in a chair, all white, in a yard, on a plantation. I believe I read the caption, she was up in age, and I believe that's where she died. I later heard, later later on, that she was going to be the face on the $20 bill, and that was a good day for us, for me, but she's not on there. Now, here is what I read. A small woman in stature. Her build, her frame was petite. But she had a serious attitude. She didn't play. She ran away from a plantation. This is what I read. I'm not making this up. She ran away. She freed herself. And because she had an heart, the Spirit spoke to her, and she went back and freed several more. I was told that in red, she freed slaves from the South to the North. But when I did my own research the other day, it reads she was in Maryland, freeing the slaves. Now, where Maryland is today, I think it's more east. I'm just saying. She was in Maryland freeing the slaves, or was she down south? And down south is not enough. Down south can be Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California. Where was this woman in the South freeing slaves when she was in Maryland? How many slaves did she carry to freedom? How many? John Boy had to have a roster, a list of names of his property. How many, how much, age, make, model, boy, girl, you had to have. So how many were missing? Not the ones you want live, but the ones that were missing. How many? Did she go to the same plantation every time? Or were there different plantations? I need to know. Now, I'm not generalizing. All blacks, whatever color you are. I'm from the North. I have traveled to the South. And now I'm in the South. I traveled up north. by car, by plane, by Greyhound bus, and it takes hours. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, five, anything except foot. And to my understanding, they were on their feet. So, how many trips did you make? And what length of time? I can't imagine how long it took to walk, to run, to hide, to lay low. For you to go back and get some more and go through the same process. And once when these people arrived north, what did they do? Where did they live? What happened? And if Harriet Tubman had this condition, how could you take anybody anywhere when you sleep all the damn time? Uncontrolled. Unbeknown to her when she would fall asleep, according to the books. How could you lead anybody anywhere? Where did you get this pistol and ammunition? How did you all go undetected? Now, I get lost in my own city. And there's not as many trees and thickenings and bushes in the city. So how was she able to go to and from without a GPS? And I'm not being facetious. I'm sorry. People get lost in the woods all the time. I had an uncle who goes hunting all the time and got himself out there and didn't know which way to turn. But what helped him was the North Star that led him out them woods. So Harriet, if you use the North Star to lead the people north to freedom, I got it. But how do you go back to the same place? There's not a South Star. How do you go right back to these Quakers? These people that helped you along the way. Maybe them being white gave her a compass, gave her a tool, gave her some breadcrumbs. I don't know. But I would think it took at least a year, because when Master and them know that his property is gone, you got a search hunt. So I'm sure they had to lay low for a minute. And we know some of y'all that got warrants, that are fugitives. Y'all lay low. Low. Some of y'all. So I can't even imagine. How did you have enough food, enough water? I know they had to been some pregnant women. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's not logic. It's not logic. First of all, you're not taking me, leading me nowhere, jeopardizing my life because you falling asleep everywhere. That's a no. Two, if I decide, hey, this is too much, I got a pistol in my face. I'm looking at your ration. I'm looking at your ration, your portion. I'm hungry. What we eating? Because this is not enough. I need my energy, my stamina. Because we wading in the water out here. I'm sure we don't have proper clothes, proper shoes to be out here running, climbing, jumping, hopping. Did I say running? What is we doing out here? I need some cover. It's night, it's cold, even in the summertime. It's cool at night sometimes. Then I thought for many years that the Underground Railroad was really something that was underground. How they weren't detected. You know, it it wasn't literal. Harriet Tubman, many years later, supposed to have been featured or permanently put on the $20 bill, which did not happen. Unbeknown to me. I'm thinking because she's not a real person. And out of all the people, and I'm not saying that Harriet Tubman is not worthy. I am not saying that she do not deserve it. Absolutely not. But there are some people who can be featured on money too. You want to grab somebody that was before my time, my parents' time, my grandparents' time, my great-grandparent time. You don't want to put someone that we know that really existed. Why not Dr. King? Why not Frederick Douglass? Why not Muhammad Ali? Why not Coretta Scott King? Why not Rosa Parks? Why not Wilma Rudolph? Why not, what's that man name over there? Mandela. Why not Obama? Why not Alex Haley? Mufasa? You know, someone that we know. Someone that is real. Mm-mm. That's not what you want to do. To me, you want to put a character, and you didn't even do that. So, if anyone has information, not a tag, don't come for me. I'm thinking, and I have questions. I want to know. Harriet Tubman, to my understanding, did not have children. If she had sisters, brothers, mother, dad, grandparents, from what I read, they were sold. But I believe I read she reunited with someone, I believe. Don't quote me. So, where is her family today? Who are they? Where are they? And do they even know that they're related? Like I said, I don't know how she ended up on a plantation, but there's a picture of her on a plantation, so it just doesn't seem right to me, y'all. Just let me know. Until next time, love yourself, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself.